We are talking about systems of inequalities, and we want to graph linear inequalities, and we want to graph a system of linear inequalities to find the solution of the system. So here we go, solving a system of linear inequalities by graphing. The solution is the set of ordered pairs that satisfies all of the inequalities. So basically we're talking about the intersection of the shaded region. So in order to do this, the first thing we want to do is we want to graph the lines. So here, the first one we have is y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 3. So this equal to at the bottom, that means that we're going to have a solid line when we graph it. So we got to remember to make sure that that's solid. So we'll have to put our grid on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll put our, so we start at -3. And then our slope is up to over 1. Up to over 1, 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 up to over 1. So I do that just to make sure that I have some points that are kind of far apart when I put my straight edge on, to make sure that I'm drawing lines that go through the correct intersection of the grid. Because sometimes if we use points that are too close together, we get off towards the end of our lines. And this is going to be a solid line. Okay. Now we want to check a point, and the easiest one to check is 0, 0. So when I substitute in, I'm going to substitute in 0, 0. And I'm going to substitute into this equation right here. So then we get 0 is greater than or equal to 2 times 0 minus 3. So that drops out, and we're left with 0 is greater than or equal to -3. So is that true? Yes, that is true. So shade that side. So we're going to keep the line shaded on this side. So this is like showing our work, like solving an algebra equation. This doesn't necessarily mean that this is the answer, but this is just reminding myself that, yes, I'm shaded on that side of the line. So the next one we have is y is less than -x plus 2. And here, right here, we have, there's no equal to. So because there's missing there, that means that we're going to use a dash line. So we'll use a dash line there, and now we can just go ahead and graph. And we're going to start at +2. So we'll go up to +2. And then we have a slope of -1. So up, -1, down 1 over 1, 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 down 1 over 1. So this is going to be a dash line. So I'll get these lined up, and then we'll have a dash line that goes through. I'll make sure we're going through the right spot over here. And this is a dash line. And then we can take a look, and we want to pick out a point. Again, 0, 0 is not on the line, so 0, 0 is the point that I want to pick. So I'm going to substitute in 0, 0 into this equation. So the y is 0 is less than, no, not less than or equal to, just less than. Negative 0 plus 2. So is 0 less than 2? And that is true. So we want to shade that side of the line. So here we'll shade this side of the line. So the intersection of the shaded regions is the solution. So here there are 0 shades here, right? So this is obviously not part of the solution. Here only the red is shaded in. So that's not part of the solution because it has to be the intersection of the shaded region or both parts. So this is only red and this is only blue. So these two are not part of the solution because they're not part of each other. The only part of the solution that is for both is the part where both are shaded. So that solution set for this one is going to be in between these two regions, in between these two lines, where the red and blue overlap. So I'll do a little highlighter. So the solution for this will be this section right here. So it's fine on our test or quiz. We just want to make sure that we really indicate where the solution is to illustrate that we know. This is like just showing our work here if we're solving. We have 3 questions on here as well. Is -2 a solution to the system? So if we go here and we go -2, so 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we have that point there. That is -2, 2. And that is in both sections. So it's part of the blue and red. It's in that yellow region where I shaded. So is -2, a solution to the system? Yes. Is 0, 2 a solution to the system? So let's see here, 0, 2. So 0, +2, 1, 2, right there. Okay. Now, 0, 2 is exactly the y-intercept for this dashed line. So this one is not part of the solution. It is not part of the solution because 0, 2 falls on the dashed line. 0, 2 falls on the dashed line. And a dashed line means not included. And then we have another one, 0, -3. So 0, -3, that is the y-intercept for the other line. That is 0, -3. And yes, this one is included. Zero, -3 is included because that falls on the solid line. And a solid line means included.